to be a few calls where you just be like, and in this one, we obviously seen that Caitlin Clark was trying to go up for a layup, and then Angel Reese was going for the block, and elbows hit some heads, and some calls was fouled, and now she got a flagrant one. And we got to say, man, did they make the right call? Did the refs make the right call, or are the Fever getting favoritism? So I'm gonna start this one off and say, hey, it's a physical sport. They are trying to protect their players a little bit more. Anytime somebody gets hit in the head, regardless of what type of play it is, they always gonna go back and recall it. But one thing I will say is I don't think they're calling a lot of favoritism as far as flagrant calls, because this was an actual basketball play. And if you want to compare the last flagrant that was actually called a flagrant, that was technically really a flagrant because she was just standing there and you just ran right into the girl for no apparent reason. With this one, it's really a 50-50. So you can call it a flagrant or you can call it a common foul. It depends on how you want to ref the game that day. But one of the things that stood out to me is, and we talk about this a lot with this game and just these two players a lot, is when Angel Reese is starting to see that things don't go her way, and somehow, some way, Caitlin's on the other side of the ball and she's doing a press conference. She's going to say something. And she said this: I can't control the refs. They affected the game a lot. I'm always going for the ball. But at the end of the day, y'all got the clip that y'all needed, and y'all going to play it 20 times before Monday. And one thing I will agree with is I have seen that clip 30 times before Monday, and today is Monday, and I've seen it 15 more times today. Do I think the call was wrong? It's 50-50. If I was the ref, I wouldn't have called her a flagrant one. I wouldn't have said she was going for her head. She was going up. They both went up at the same time. It's just that Angel Reese's arms is a little bit longer, and they came down. So I'm going to say no. Fellas?
So, in the NBA, would that be called a technical foul? I mean, a flagrant foul?
Depends on the ref.
I think so.
It will be. It's not really about your intent. It's about what happened. What happened was she got elbow in the head. I know it was an accident, but it is what it is. That's part of the game. It happened. So that was a foul. Now, I do want to address her comments too. She said that Connecticut is getting, all over the place today. Indiana's getting favored, right? So look, Chicago Sky, right? They are fourth in the W with free throws attempts per game. Indiana Fever is third worst. That shows you right there that Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are not being favored throughout the league with the whistle. Also, yes, found Chicago Sky had 21 fouls yesterday, but they lead the NBA in fouls with 20. So they are who we thought they are. That's what they do. They are a physical team, right? They lead the WNBA in fouls, and the Fever average 18 fouls a game. They had the fourth most fouls. So there is no sign that says that, the referees are favoring Caitlin Clark. The problem wasn't the issue, and the problem wasn't the whistle. The issue was Fever shot 56%, while Sky shot 40%. Chicago Sky leads the WNBA in rebounding, right? But yet they got out rebounded 38 to 32 yesterday. Also, points in the paint, they got bullied 50-44. So Indiana Fever with a more physical team yesterday. All right. Kelsey Mitchell had a good game. She had 17 points. She was killing me fast break. Caitlin Clark was Caitlin Clark, almost had a triple-double, 23, 9, 8. But Aaliyah Boston, she balled out.
Ball.
Right? She had 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Like, she paid big with those Twin Towers down there. So the issue wasn't really the referee. They just lost. They lost. Now, what kept Chicago in the game was the turnovers. Like, Indiana has a turnover problem. Obviously, you're having a rookie point guard. That's going to happen. I think Caitlin had five or six turnovers yesterday, right? But they turned the ball. They had 16 turnovers to like Chicago 4 or something like that. It was something crazy like that. So, but outside of that, Chicago Sky kind of lost this game their way, their style. They got rebounded. They got out physical this game. The issue wasn't the referee. They just straight up lost this game.
Yeah. I guess what needs to be explained is what's a flagrant by definition. Like, does it have to be on purpose for it to be a flagrant, or does it not have to be? When we first heard about flagrant, normally it's something that's done on purpose. So I guess that's where everyone is getting confused about flagrants now. But they've changed the definition of it, kind of, sort of, by just saying that how it impacts the player that got hit. So I guess that's what keeps confusing me about flagrant calls. Because honestly, if you look at the play, she intended to block the ball. She went for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's just her momentum carried her to hit Caitlin Clark and knocked her down. So I would have called it a foul. A flagrant one, maybe not, but by the letter of the law of what it is now, it's a flagrant one. So it's a flagrant. Whether we agree with it or not, it's what the letter of the law says. I think they just need to. I don't know. I think that the flagrant needs to be explained in its
I got a
full.
definition.
Go ahead.
If contact committed against a player with or without the ball is interpreted to be unnecessary, a flagrant foul penalty 1 will be assessed.
So
And that's not a flagrant.
So then we're like just like Tomo said, unnecessary. Unnecessary to me means like she did it in a way that was meant to hit her. I don't think that's what she did. She tried to block the ball. If you look at where the ball was going at, she swiped to try to hit the ball to try to get it out there. And we know Angel, she blocks the ball like that multiple times. So she wasn't intending to hit Caitlin Clark. So I don't think by that definition it was a flagrant one. I think by the definition we know about how they call it in the NBA, yes, it's a flagrant one because the way that they call it in the NBA, I think it was I can't remember what happened that I'm thinking about right now, but I think it was in the Miami and Boston series. They called it a flagrant one in that series, and I was like, how was that a flagrant? And then when you look at it, you say it doesn't have to be intentional. It's just how it happened. So I don't know. To me, I don't see how that was deemed unnecessary when she was going for a block. Like, is she not supposed to go for a block?
My bad. In the NBA, same definition: unnecessary contact committed by a player against an opponent.
So then I think they need to change it in the NBA too.
No, I think it's like when they say unnecessary, it's like an elbow to the head. You know what I mean? It's not about the intent. It's that it's not. That's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to elbow nobody in the head.
So kind of like when Meta World Peace did to James Harden.
No,
like
that was a flagrant.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that gets you kicked out of the game. That's a flagrant too.
But he was going for a rebound.
No, we saw what happened. That was intentional.
I know
that was intentional.
He even came out and said, like, he got bumped and he was like, get off me. He even came out and said that later. So I think when they say unnecessary, it's like that's not supposed to happen. Like, you're not supposed to get elbow in your head. You know, like, even though it's not about if you do it on purpose or not.
For me, something that's unnecessary is something that I don't know. It's just
like unnecessary. I think what Dave going and where I'm going with it is unnecessary is something where I can control it, where I need to play like the Draymond stump. Like he knew what you was doing there.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this,
they both going up, and if my arm's coming down and your head right here. Yeah, we should have.
Let me ask you a question now.
Wow, I can't control that.
Do people in the professional world, do they professionally hit people on purpose without looking like it's on purpose?
You can finesse.
You can do that. Come on now. So that's why the intent thing is out the window. Because of that, it's not about the intent no more, unless you escalating. Like intent only matters when you're escalating and you're getting thrown out and you might get suspended. But they don't really look at was it on purpose? Because you really can't tell. Because people do stuff and they just do it and it look innocent, but in reality they did on purpose. Like we could talk about Alfred Morris when he stepped on Luka's ankle. I said Alfred Morris. One of the Morris. I'm thinking about the commands.
Marquise?
one of the twins, right?
Had to be Marquise.
When they stepped on Luka's ankle, right? I mean, he can make a case. I was by accident, but because of his reputation, you're gonna assume it's dirty. But we don't know. But the fact that he stepped on his ankle, that's not good. Get the heck out of here. That's a flagrant. I don't know if it was called a flagrant, but it's about the actual act, what happened, not the intent.
See, but Joe, in that instance, we talking about somebody going up. Like both of them was going up.
And she was clearly going for the ball.
So if I go for the ball and I actually elbow you right here, boom, and you get knocked out, that's not a flagrant?
Nah, it's a foul, but it's not.
If we both going up,
what? If I elbow you right in your face,
If we both going up and I don't see, it's a
if I
difference though,
go
Joe.
up,
But see, Joe, if we hooping and I'm going up and I see it in your face like you upset and you elbow me, yeah, that's a flagrant. But if I'm going up and you going up to try to like block my shot, you can see the intent on somebody's face.
but it's not about this. My point. It's not about the intent. It's about the actual penalty. It's about what happened. That's what it's about.
I guess with me and
In the
Tom
air is different.
I
I get what y'all saying, but y'all going by.
It should go by intent and not by.
But how can you tell if it's intentional?
Sometimes you could. It's more times than not you can tell.
Yeah,
man, people be,
you can tell.
it's like breathing.
Playing stuff all like I don't know what.
And that
to me,
moment,
it's like, what did she make a basketball play? She made a basketball play. She was trying to block the shot,
and she elbowed her in the head. It's a flagrant.
It's not our fault she can't jump.
I mean, ain't my fault she couldn't block her shot.
She had it. It was just a bad angle.
Hey, take a better one. Flagrant. Flagrant. That's a flagrant foul.
Now, I'm not saying that it's that she didn't get fouled because she definitely got fouled. It's definitely a hard foul.
With the foul.
So she got knocked out and she got a concussion. This is a regular foul, personal foul, in 2024. And that was in concussion.
It didn't end that way though.
But if it did, what would it be?
The floor. She hit the floor. Man, had nothing to do with me. Man, had nothing to do with me. Man, had nothing to do with me.
Let us know in the comment section what y'all think.
Well, I don't know. This topic right here I was already confused about this because I didn't know. It's just like the definition of it and what we see is just, to me, it seems different. When you say something's unnecessary, it's like, all right, you could have not said that or done that. Like, that's the thing. When I hear unnecessary, that's what comes to my head.
Because this is the same definition in the NBA, and they always say it's not about the intent.
I think that needs to be reviewed.
All right, let's go to the next topic.
Yeah, no. I looked at it.
We should have had a refill.
I just looked at this angle right. She ain't mean to hit that girl in the head.
Oh, I mean, gonna be on my side.
Nah, she ain't mean to hit that girl.
She didn't. That's why I said that.
I know. I never said she. Like, it's not about that though. I never said it's about the intent.
Like, she got beat. Like, her player got beat, and she was going to help, and she was trying to block the ball. And next thing you know, her head just ran into her arm.
Yeah.
That's all I got for my client. Let's go to the next topic, man. I don't know. We definitely taking this to the WNBA chat, man. Click the link, become a member. But I mean, outside of them delicious, cupcakes that was at the cookout, from TK Sweets and Treats, Red Velvet. I don't even like cupcakes, so that right there lets you know.
Hey, Tom, can I read the last thing?
All right, go ahead.
It says a flagrant foul is a personal foul that involves excessive or violent contact that can injure the foul player. A flagrant foul may be unintentional or purposeful.
That's different than what you said at first.
It's more detailed.
That's
a better definition.
That makes more sense.
It's more, yeah.
That makes more sense.
All right.
So with that definition, yes, it's flagrant.
She could have got a concussion. You know what I mean? What?
She could have. I don't disagree.
She's got to land better. That's all. You just got to land
on,
better. I'm trying to help.
Once you get hit, bro, it don't matter how you land.
That's true. I don't know. Maybe that layup was a little ugly too, but I'm trying, Angel. I'm trying.
I know you're trying to get you to the Washington.
Hey, look, hey, Joe. You think I was being tore up in the comments? What's gonna happen to talk about now? They talk about.
I'm 2 for 2. They either gonna like it or they not, man.